Hey you guys, welcome to ECED 7260. I am your professor, Dr. Britton. Just kind of want to walk through with you what to expect when you first get into the course. So when you go into Course Den, into the section of course that you're actually enrolled in, the very first thing you see is an announcement, and it basically just says click here. So where this is going to take us is to the very first thing you need to start on. And if you forget, need to go through it another way, you can go to content. But either way, you go to start here, and this video is the one you're watching right now, and it tells you how to set up things through Google Hangouts, because you're going to be required to do a session with me during the first week and a half of class. Then it has the plagiarism quiz, things like that that you need to kind of go through before you get into learning activity number 1. Down here on the side, you've got course basics, and we have 11 learning activities for the semester. They won't all be open at the beginning. I usually set them every 2 weeks, a week and a half, something like that. And that we can look at this right here and find out. So underneath course basics, there's a syllabus, rubrics, and various videos. Scrolling down under the basic course materials, you see spring schedule 2019. And I believe this is the correct version. There's one more thing. I need to add some stuff to this one. But you have learning activities here, the topic, assignments you actually have to complete, and then the due dates. This basically means that this learning activity, anything within that learning activity, has to be completed by this due date over here. I won't grade anything in this first set until after the learning activity closes. That way it gives you time. I know some people like to work ahead, some people are slower, and you like to maximize your time. So just make sure it's finished by the end date on this. This also indicates that when this ends, this one should be opening. What I try to do is open it a couple of days early, just so if it, there's a weekend coming up or whatever, try to give you a little bit of extra time to kind of get things started. And some things actually give you a little bit longer than others. Now, across the top here, you saw where I was moving through that. You've got the course syllabus. That's pretty self-explanatory. Assignment overviews, descriptions. The major assignments, all of those things are pretty much built in here. Rubrics, and then there are student examples of work. I'll also have some videos for you, just to kind of help you see overviews of what you need to do, how you follow through with something, just some basics. But when you go into these learning activities, every single one that you go into is going to have basically just a narrative of what you're going to see, and then it's going to have a what is expected of you. Now, as you go down through, there's always going to be something that says things to complete or things to turn in. My suggestion is don't click on this until you're ready to do it. This one's a lot easier because it's signing up for Hangout times. You can do that because it gives you a check over here on the side when you finished it. So when you're ready to sign in, it will actually take you to a Google Doc or a Google Sheet. I can't remember, a Google Sheet. And there's times across the top of when you can actually schedule a meeting with me. Typically, my office hours are Monday from 7 to 9 p.m. And then Thursday, I believe it's 10 to 12 or 10 to 2. Just make sure you sign up in here and don't write over anyone else's name. It kind of gets to be problematic, but I want us to get used to using Google Sheets because that's one of the things we'll use throughout the course. It makes life a lot easier for you to just instantly open something up and see what is required of you. Okay, so going down through this a little bit further, I want you to do a personal introduction. Different than normal, the title of this class is Methods and Materials. So I want you to practice using different things. So I want you to upload a picture, upload a video of yourself, whatever you want to do, is perfectly fine. Just make sure you do that in this introductions. Additionally, you have 2 different discussion types that you can choose for the semester. You can either do the traditional discussion, or you can do what I call the hangout discussion. And this actually takes you through the directions of what the difference is between the 2 of them. The gist is, with the hangout groups, instead of having to respond so many times online to the module, the learning activity discussions, you will meet with your group. One person will take notes, and one person will then upload those notes with everyone's name on it. In my mind, it's a lot easier. It's a lot more interactive, but it doesn't work for everybody. So my suggestion is read through this, see what works best for you, and then go back to this things to turn in section and sign up for the one that you want. It's fairly self-explanatory. And for this introductory quiz, I just want to give you a heads up. I actually have to go in and read things. If there's a short answer, you're not going to get a grade because I have to grade it. So just take a breather. I'm sure it will be fine. Not any trick questions. And I will talk to you for the next learning activity.